Josh, a big topic, I think, one of the most important topics is around time management, diary management, making sure that you're highly effective. I know that you as an individual are highly disciplined in your own approach, but when it comes to frontline estate agency, what do you see as optimum diary management?
Well, for me, diary management, it really shows me how you manage your life. If you show me your diary, show me your bank account, show me your credit card statement, I'll soon tell you what your priorities are. What I'm going to say to you is that the most important thing is that we just don't use time, we also use energy. So we want to make sure that we've got our best energy for the most appropriate tasks. What we understand is that the AM is all about making sure that we're booking for the appointments, and in the PM we want to be out of the office doing as many appointments as possible. So the AM is always prospecting, not only for buyers, for tenants, for landlords, for sellers, but being in a position that we're actually trying to book as many appointments as possible. We know that that energy is critically important. For me, inside of a business, if you want to be really effective, you need a start time. When you're going to be waking in the morning, what is the start time when you're actually going to be in the office and that first phone call is out? Then what is going to be the meal times, when you're having breakfast, when you're going to be having lunch, and when you're going to be having dinner? Because it's really important to make sure that those times are consistent and regular throughout the course of the day. So you can maintain the energy, but also too, so you can also be a partner for your partner at home. And also too, if you're a parent and lucky enough to be in that position, a great parent for your children. Really what's important here is to make sure that you work in 45-minute sessions. Schedule that 45 minutes, do as many calls as you can. Little break, another 45 minutes. And then going out in the afternoon and trying to make sure that you book all of your appointments in a run. So you schedule and cluster appointments together to get as many people at that property at exactly the same time. So then you can be super efficient, not only from an owner's perspective, but create that competition from a buyer or tenant's perspective as well.
So in simple terms, the morning is all about business generation, prospecting, etc. The afternoon is all about the delivery in terms of appointments and so on. So take some of the superstar agents. Talk me through their typical day. What does an Alexander Phillips or someone who's doing $10 million a year? What does their day look like?
So for Alex, one of the most important things is about waking up early. So he wakes up at about 10 to 5 every morning. He's down at the gym already there with his personal trainer to do a session between 5:30 and 6. That 5:30 through until 6 is a great time for him to train. At 6 o'clock he's then coming home. By 6:30 he's in a position that he's showered, he's already eating breakfast, answering any emails for the day. At 7 to 7:15 he's driving down to the office. At 7:15 he's then making his first phone calls for the day. By the time he gets to 8 o'clock he's meeting with his team. There's more calls that are happening right the way throughout the day. Ideally at about 11 a.m. to midday is when the first appointment will be made for the day. So he's going out to go and see clients. He's having lunch every day around that 12 to 12:30 mark, and then actually doing appointments all afternoon, right the way through until having additional meals at about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock or 5 in the afternoon. Any late night appointments that might be happening at 6 or 7, but ideally home for dinner at around 6 or 7, to then go out to any further late night appointments at about 8 or 9 o'clock at night if it is required. And again, that's usually only in the summer months where there's more daylight.
Yeah.
He'll do that on repeat, ideally for about 5 days a week. Saturday is then a whole range of open for inspections, finishing at around 3:30 or 4, and Sunday is by appointment only, where it is with a significantly qualified consumer who definitely wants to do a trade or transaction who can't meet during the week.
And in a typical day, as you just described there, how many contacts, how many clients would he interact with? How many calls would he make and receive? What sort of contact level would you expect?
So we had a look at Alex's actual call ratios, and one of the things that we identified is, you've got to remember too that he's building a team around him, but specifically for him himself, he could be in a position that he could be upwards of 80 to 100 connected phone calls in a day. And those calls, on average, his call time length is about 1 minute and 10 seconds. So we're not on the phone for a long period of time. It's really about communicating with the client, letting them know about a result, letting them know about something that's happening, booking an appointment with the client. So if it looks like we're going to be proceeding to an appointment, he'll say that. Pete, we need to meet. How about tomorrow? Would 2 or 4 be best? And he actually will just tell the client that we need to actually book in that appointment. And that is time efficiency at its best.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of the most important factors of estate agency. And what you're seeing across all your client work is that the best agents all follow the same pattern basically. There's no exceptions. Would that be true?
Yeah, there's no doubt that I think that as a great estate agent, your number one role is to make sure that you have a rhythm and a routine that you can teach others and others can follow as well.
Yeah.
Because a business that has simple disciplines about being in business during business hours is one that thrives.
Yeah, definitely.